Where did this boy come from? I've already explained what's going on. He's staying here now. It is what it is.
I'm not taking in no child that's not mine that I didn't know about.
You're not taking in no child. We're married.
I don't know this little boy. We married, but when did this happen?
We're gonna get to know him. I'm trying to tell you, he's here now.
I don't even know that's something I want to do. Why would I want to get to know a child? He 11. That little boy ain't gonna listen to me no way.
How you know that? Listen, we've been together for 13 years. Something has went down, and I have to get my son. It is what it is. He got to stay here now. You have to accept
No,
that.
this too soon. I don't think I can handle this. I don't think that. No, this ain't right. This ain't right.
What's not right about it?
Everything ain't right. We've been together 13 years. Who is your mama, baby? Who is his mom? Who the mama?
That doesn't matter. You need to
it does matter. This happened when we was together. We had our issues throughout these years. Yeah, but I need to know who the mama is.
I never told you for a reason though.
What's the reason? You don't keep a child from nobody.
You didn't want kids. You didn't want nobody with kids. So I didn't want to mess up nothing. But now I have to put, you know what I'm saying, everything I do.
You know, the baby 11, we got together 13 years ago. So what you just went and had a baby with somebody else?
No, it ain't nothing like that.
Oh, it's just like that. The boy is 11.
Listen, we took a break, right?
Yeah.
All right then, so things happened and now he's here.
The break was only for a week. So you mean to tell me in that week that we took that break that you went and got somebody?
I'm trying to tell you, but listen, we need to focus.
So why didn't you tell me? That's not a good excuse.
Okay,
I don't take
now
that.
we here.
I don't. Okay, and we here, and now you about to be gone.
Yep. Oh, really?
Very really. Yeah, we can cut. I mean, I don't want to do this.
So you rather go do a whole divorce than taking my son?
Mm-hmm.
This too much for me. It's too soon. It's too much. He too old.
You can be a stepmom, can't you? Like I'm saying, like you married. That's what comes with it.
I don't know if I can work at this. This
what
ain't
you
it.
mean?
Nah, ain't what you mean is what I'm gonna do, and I mean
do
that
us
I'm
part,
gonna be.
all that through health and sickness, all that matter right now. I'm trying to tell you. Now your vows matter right now. This is the time they matter. You understand that, right? So
I don't even have children of my own with you, and you want me to bring in a child that's not mine, that's yours, that you kept from me?
So you want to throw away 13 years?
Yeah, we gonna have to throw this away. This too much. It's not for me. You handle your son. Do what you gotta do. Be a man. All that.
I'm gonna handle what I gotta
handle. All that, but just do that. Do it without me. You gonna have to do that without me. He ain't got no other family. What the rest of the family?
I'm his family.
Okay, but he probably got my wife, right? Yeah, and we got our family. He not my family. I don't know this boy. I don't know nothing about the boy.
An extension of your family. Like we're together.
So let me ask you something. So you just been. How long you known that you had this son?
Listen.
Since he was 11? You know him since the beginning?
Listen, we can talk
about
you know him
since the beginning?
Camera off on like when
I'm not turning on camera off nothing. I'm not turning up because.
Who business is this?
My business.
I just didn't feel it was any reason to watch that any further. It's just like, why? What more information he gonna give that's gonna matter to whatever?
You know, I'm just like, I'm trying to understand, is this for real?
I think it's fake. It feels fake. I don't know 100%. It just feels fake. But
I hope so, because first of all,
we're just gonna act like it's not.
How you having this whole conversation in front of the boy?
How, Sway?
That's number one.
That part.
Hello. That ain't had nothing to do with this whole messy equation. That's number one. Number two.
Okay, so the thing that killed me.
I really hope that this is like staged.
Yep. Yeah, I believe it's staged. It just feels staged. Mm-hmm. But let's just say we're gonna act like it's not. Because I know some of us out here have some of the messiest situations that it could possibly be. We get to see one on this side of the guy out here acting stupid. I've been talking about how some of the guys out here be wilding out just like the women. Because we like talk about the women like the men don't do nothing. Yep. No, brother, we be out here wilding. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They was on a break, but they was still married. Let me tell y'all something. When you marry, it ain't no breaks. Nope. Not really. Because whatever you do on your break, you're going to be held accountable for in the marriage.
Yes, sir.
Can you take a break in the sense of we're not sleeping in the same bed right now because things have got so hot and I got to be over here and you got to be over here? Yeah, but you're still married. You're still in your relationship. But since he went out and he cheated with somebody, technically, he committed adultery. I mean, real talk. She has every reason to leave him.
Yep.
He violated the terms of their agreement, the vows that they made in their promise. He violated by being with somebody else. It doesn't even matter if they was on a break, because if they were married during this time, like if they were together for 11 years, for 13 years, and before they got married, he went off and he did this or whatever, then that and the terms of the marriage are different. But then you got to deal with the fact that he was hiding it from her the whole time. So he was lying to her the entire time. And then messy. And here's the sucky part.
A whole hot mess.
Here's the sucky part about the whole thing, right? As horrible as this is, I know a lot of people be like,
yo, see, this is why I don't want to get married. Because married people be out here wilding.
It's better than whatever y'all going through in the dating world. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Let's say we have a 50% divorce rate, right? And then let's say 25% of all marriages are actually good, functioning, healthy, happy marriages. That's still a higher percentage than y'all folk out here dating unmarried.
True.
Because more than 90% of relationships outside of marriage fail. And it's probably a very high in the 90% because, you know, even though I keep on saying, maybe you can correct me because you watch the comments more than I do. I keep on inviting people to leave in the comments. All the people in their area, they know they've been together for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, but are not married. I don't know how many comments we've gotten.
I haven't seen any.
Because y'all Negroes don't know nobody that's been together for 20, 30, 40 years and are not married. Because it doesn't work. Here's the thing. You can say what you want to about marriage. Should we deconstruct the things that are wrong with it so that we can do it better? Yes. But make no mistake. It is better than anything else that we are doing for the majority.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody in my life where they've been a couple for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, long term, stayed together in a good relationship. Matter of fact, just stay together, period.
Yeah.
Even if the relationship wasn't the greatest. I don't know anybody. But I know a bunch of married people who stayed together in good relationships. A lot.
I really hope that this was...
I feel like it's staged.
This was just staged because that's just a whole hot mess. Like, and then he had the nerve to be like, oh, so this is where the in sickness and health is supposed to... Bruh, are we serious?
You violated your agreement, bro. Like, you can't bring up the terms. You already broke the contract.
He funny. Well, comment your thoughts down below. And if you like what you're hearing thus far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So that way YouTube would know that you want to hear more of our content.
I heard somebody say marriage is not a business. Marriage is not about love. Marriage is a vow. No, marriage is a covenant. Therefore, it lies on different terms than everything else you do. That's the thing about marriage, guys. It's a combination of so many things, especially the way that we want to hear in America. Having a good marriage in America is probably the hardest thing that you're ever going to do because we want it all.
Yeah.
And because you want all of the stuff that comes in other cultures with marriage, the duty and the honor and the respect. But we also want love and affection and all of that. And it's hard to find that with somebody and to sustain it. Because you can have all of that with somebody, but will it last for 20, 30, and 40 years? Even though you two are becoming two different people that may not always be in sync?
I think the issue is that a lot of people... they don't think about that aspect of marriage. Like you get into this relationship with somebody and then as soon as things start to change, you're just like, oh, well, you're not who I thought you were. Or you've changed, this, that, and the third. Yeah, that's a natural part of life. You're supposed to change. You're supposed to evolve. You're supposed to get wiser, hopefully, and grow, not just in life, but in all of your relationships. Hopefully you're growing those into different areas and you have to learn basically how to maneuver those relationships and how to grow with it.
Right.
But I think the stick-to-itiveness, I know that's not a word, but that's my word. I'm coin that, okay? The stick-to-itiveness nature is not something that we are taught, I think, in this day and age. Like people don't understand that when we talk about marriage takes work, that's the work part, I guess you can say, is in order for you to be able to sustain your marriage, you have to understand that you all are going to grow and you can decide whether or not you grow together or you grow apart.
Your relationship to your idea of, is there a God? Is there a higher power? You could be an atheist and then 10 years from later be a Christian and be die hard, bro. It can really switch that violently and that abruptly. It happens on a daily basis, bro. They have it all over the internet of people changing what they believe. You could be a Muslim and then be a Christian. You can be a Jewish person and then become, you know, anything. Those things which model their core beliefs and what makes them who they are can change, which can change the dynamic of your marriage. And I think that a lot of people don't think about that. They always think about the right now and they be like,
you're different.
Welcome to humanity.
Yeah.
You different too. It's just that you're not different in the way that your mate probably has changed. And they've had to have patience with you and now it's your turn.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that makes it hard. Did you establish the things that are necessary in your relationship for you to be able to go through changes like that? Or were you in your relationship purely for a completely selfish reason, which doesn't allow you the ability to allow your partner to change in ways that you may not necessarily approve of, and then you still stay there?
Yikes.
Because that's the reality of what marriage is. Please don't mistake and think that the things that many people are looking for in the dating market, the money and the security that they get from it, or whether or not a woman looks beautiful or this, that, and the third, or, you know, even how much sex she has, as important as it is, there are things more important than those things. A lot more important. And those things are fleeting, and they can be turned around because of things completely out of your control.
Yep.
You can marry somebody who's rich and has all of this money, and then they go through a depression and everything is gone. I mean, they talk about NBA players that are rich and rolling around with millionaires and then broke all the time. That's what's happened to this dude who got his wife walking around wilding out now all over the internet. I can't remember the dude's name because they broke now. I'm saying broken. Their broke is not our broke.
Their version. They're
broke now, and now she decides she wants to do OnlyFans and she wants to be running around with Adam 22 and all of this craziness. It was all good when he had all of that money. That happens more often than you think.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have nothing and then deal with the pressure that happens when you get a lot because it's a different life. Man, listen, that was a hot mess. Some of the guys be out here wilding. If this is true, and this has happened before, stuff like this has happened, y'all. Don't. Yeah. This is part of the reason why women was mad in the first place.
Grandpa had a whole nother family on the other side of town, and
this is what that looks like.